I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
At the end of the day, nobody knows what I went through. Nobody knows what I'm going through. So nobody, you, him, whoever the fuck, you don't get to sit here and talk about shit.
Yeah. What up, YouTube? What up, Rumble? What up, Facebook? I think I got it all right this time. How y'all doing this morning? This is Royce J of Royce Media coming at you guys with another live stream. Do me a favor as you come into the live streams from whatever respective platform that you're on. Do me a favor, hit the like button and say something in the chat. Let me know where you're coming from so that I can have an idea of where my viewers are at. How y'all doing today? Y'all good? Everybody feeling copacetic? I hope so. It's Tuesday. I know some of y'all gonna be eating some tacos. Yeah. I'm not talking about them fur tacos either, cause y'all nasty. Yeah, yeah, y'all nasty, man. Some of y'all nasty. Anyway, man, it's Tuesday. We're gonna do another episode of City Girl Mayhem today. Uh, we're gonna focus on Marilyn Mosby. Do y'all remember who Marilyn Mosby was? Y'all remember? Well, if you don't, we're gonna talk about it today, and I'll give my commentary. We might even look at some video. Well, more likely we will look at some video of some other coverage of this Marilyn Mosby situation, and I'll talk about it, and I'll reiterate what I think is going to happen this year and in the foreseeable near future with all this crazy city girl mayhem. Because it's not just Fannie Willis, it's not just Tiffany Henyard. It's also Latoya Cantrell. It's Marilyn Mosby. It's Corey Bush. It's uh, the girl from BLM. The BLM girls. It's so much of it, and every day new stuff is coming out. We covered the judge yesterday, who shot her ex boyfriend in the head. How she got in the house, I'm not sure, but there's a lot of city girl mayhem from the most educated group. So we'll talk about it. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat over here. See what y'all talking about. Y'all talking about anything in the chat? No, not yet. All right, we'll get there as you guys come in. You all announce yourselves. I've got my usual day ones that'll come through, and hopefully we'll get some new people to announce something in the chats. What I want to start doing in the near future is I want to start doing some stream yards, having like some panels, and also having some call-in shows. I think that'll help. It'll further develop the show so that there's more audience engagement, and I think it'll make the show more fun. What do you all think about that? I think it's a good idea. It's what a lot of people are doing. I don't want to get too crazy with the panels though, because sometimes it gets out of control. I don't want to argue with people like that. I'd rather just drop you off the panel and be done with you. So we'll start doing some of that stuff. Anyway, so what else is going on in the news before we get into our main story? Besides the migrants running around the sanctuary cities, whooping everybody's ass and all kinds of stuff, and getting all the money that the U.S. government couldn't pay in reparations. Boy, hey, did they pull a fast one on you Wakandans with that? They told y'all for years, no reparations for you, but they got money to get it. Everybody else, hey, it is what it is, you know. Yep. So that's what we got going. Anyway, we got that situation, and what else is going on? Oh, did y'all see that stuff with the Trump's never surrenders? Trump is trolling the shit out of Democrats. I love it. I love it. He's trolling the shit out of them, and I guess he came out with these shoes, and within 30 minutes after debuting these shoes, he was sold out like a million pairs. Hey, Trump a wild boy, man. Hey, I haven't seen anybody troll this good since 50 Cent, man. Man, hey, that's a wild boy. Hey, I love it. Trump 2024. I don't care what you say. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's some awesome shit. Yeah, let me see if I can find a pair of these shoes, man. Let's see if I can find these shoes. Let me go look on the internet real quick. See if I can find the Never Surrenders. The Never Surrender high top sneakers. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Oh, wow. They got them on Twitter. Man, let me see. All right. Yeah. Let's see if I can pull them up to show them. Trump is a wild boy, man. I'm telling you, dude, he is a much better troll than 50 Cent, in my opinion. All right, let's do this. Can y'all see these? I guess he got a whole jogging suit to go with this. Man, that's wild. That is wild, man. He got a whole jogging suit and whatnot to go with this. This is crazy. Hey, that guy's the best self promoter on the planet, bar none. Bar none. When you're running presidential campaigns, anytime you're trying to get the public's attention, you have to be a persistent and effective self promoter. And I think Donald Trump does it as good as anyone, bar none. So I'm not even tripping on him. Yeah, man. Yeah. So who gonna get some of those never surrenders? Who going to get some? I like Trump, but I ain't getting them shoes, man. Nah, nah, nah. Not I, said the cat. I can't do it. I can't do it. But he sold out 1,000,000 pairs of them, something like that. Some. It was some ridiculous number. I don't know if it was 1,000,000 pairs. Let me look at what. Let me see. If I can find a news story. Actually, the article that I got this picture from. It actually has an article. I guess these shoes sold out at $399 each. That's that's pretty expensive. The article says the day after being hitting with a $355 million ruling, Donald Trump launched a shoe line on Saturday. The gold never surrender pairs sold out at $399 each. 20 pairs of Donald Trump gold never surrender shoes have been sold thus far on eBay. Average sales price $3,155. What? Oh shit! Oh my god! Woo. Man, man, I wish I could do something like that. I wish I had it like that to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, hey, $3,100 for a pair of sneakers. I doubt you can play ball in them. Hey, salute to Trump, man. Hey, salute to Trump. This is why all the other world leaders are scared of that man. Because you never know. what he'll do. Hey, you'll be playing checkers and this dude will be playing some old crazy game of chess or Risk. Man, hey, wow. So what else is going on, man? What else is going on besides Trump and the never surrenders, the immigrants all over sanctuary cities all over the country whooping ass. What else is happening? What other news do we got? Let's see if we can find some news. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of news. You know. Let's look and see. Let me look and see, man. We're gonna get into the city girl news a little bit later. I want to end with the Mosby story and really talk about what I think is happening because I definitely and I may have said this before, but I see a pattern, and so I'd like to expound on that a little bit later. Oh yeah, Cam Newton got into a fight. Y'all know about that? Y'all know about the Cam Newton fight? So I'm wondering what happened with that. I guess he wound up with a couple of kids in a headlock or something crazy, man. Let's find out. Let's look at what we can find about the Cam Newton fight. Listen, man, when you're when you're a high profile person, when you're a high money person, you really have to be careful of your interactions on various levels with the public because especially nowadays with social media because you got people that'll try you for a check. It used to be that back in the days, guys were trying to defend reputation and honor or trying to get revenge. Now, people will try you for a check if they think you got some money because it's so easy to file lawsuits. It's not even that people necessarily win these lawsuits, they file them in hopes of a settlement just to get a little change up out of you. And so you got to be careful, man. There's a lot of clowns out here and just waiting. See, nobody will try my broke ass like that because I ain't got no money. Shout out to Kodak Black. I'm like Kodak Black. I ain't got no money. But if you are somebody that's known to that's or you don't even have to actually have money. People can think you have money, and somebody will try you. Men are going to try you as far as fights or different stuff like that. Women will often try you sexually. That's what you have out there. And so, as a person with a lot of publicity, as a person with a lot of money, or even if people have that perception of you, they are going to they're gonna they're gonna shoot their shot. They're gonna try to figure out a way to put you in a situation where you got to pay them to shut up, or you got to pay them to go away. I would love to be rich, but I honestly don't know if I want to deal with those kind of headaches. What about y'all? What do you all think? Let me see what I got right here with this. Let me see what I got right here. Yeah, hold on a second. Give me a second so I can get this going. Hold on. Get that refreshed. Looks like my connection may be freezing up. Hold on. Let me check this out again. Trying to pull up this video from WCNC. I don't know if this is a media channel or if this is just a content creator like myself, but having a little trouble with my connection right now. Let's see if we can.
Trending this morning, a video appears to show Cam Newton involved in a fight in Atlanta. Take a look. The video surfaced yesterday showing the former Panthers quarterback at a youth football tournament. The video shows Newton being shoved by at least 3 people. Police and security eventually breaking up the altercation. The event all supposed to help train young athletes in his hometown of Atlanta.
So Newton last played briefly for the Panthers back in 2021. He spent 11 seasons with the NFL, split between Carolina and the New England Patriots. Fellow former quarterback Robert Griffin III chiming in saying he's used to being a one-man army, so you're delusional if you thought some guy jumping him was going to faze him. It's unclear, though, what started this altercation. So sad to see, though, at a youth football game.
I know.
So things we learned: don't mess with Cam Newton.
Yeah.
And now I know what delulu.
Yeah.
Delulu
Yes.
means.
I can add that to the vocabulary.
6'5", 245 pounds. Don't
Big
mess
man.
with
Yeah.
that.
That's right.
Big guy.
And especially not at a youth football event.
God damn, this motherfucker. Hey, dude is a specimen. I didn't realize he was 6'5". I knew he was over 6 feet. I didn't know exactly how tall he was. And at 245, he's a specimen. He's a physical specimen. And when you're dealing with, quite frankly, when you're dealing with sports types, you're gonna have a lot of high testosterone, and the possibility of a physical conflict is always present. As you all know, I used to compete in combat sports at a high level. Although I didn't go pro, I competed as a top ranked amateur for years, and it was kind of the same thing there, but we had a different way to work it out. And I mean, with football, you have ways of working out as well, but you're just gonna have that kind of energy inevitably, and it can get ugly. So you possibly, this is more likely what the case was with this situation. It was just a whole lot of testosterone, a whole lot of competitiveness, a whole lot of just, gorilla mode just led to a physical conflict, which, hey, it is what it is. Which is why I am all for mutual combat laws all over the country, which we need more of. But at the same time, it could have been a clout chase. It could have been a situation of somebody trying to chase a bag. You never know. And as a person, as I mentioned before, a high net worth person, a high profile person, you have to be careful. It is what it is. So shout out to Cam Newton. It's a good thing nobody was seriously hurt. Hopefully it was just an athlete thing and that's the end of it. But in reality, and especially in this day and age, him being who he is, it'll probably turn into something else. So we'll see. We'll see. What else do we have in news? Let me take a look and see we what else we got going. Besides my homegirl Tiffany Henyard, out there in Dalton, there's plenty of wilding going on out there, man. You know, she's doing plenty of wilding out there. So let's see what else. Let's see what else, man. I'm gonna have to wind up doing a look into this Corey Bush situation. You know, you know, I'll be honest, who they need to go after as well is AOC. I'm about done with that bag. I that she is annoying, and she says a lot of stuff that you know, hey, of course it's an attention grift, but she needs to be looked at. Listen, if they can look at my broke ass, which I'm sure that has happened, if they can look at my broke ass, they can look at this broad too. And yeah, I said broad. If you don't like it, I don't care. I really don't. Get over it. Oh, let's look at this cocaine arrest. This is right up my alley. Not that I love cocaine, but you know, my line of work, I used to lock up quite a few drug dealers. So let's take a look at this. The biggest seizure I was a part of was 50 kilos. 50 kilos of coke. Man, them dudes, as soon as they saw what it was, hey, them dudes shut up. They went to court. They pled out immediately. They didn't want to tell nothing. It was like, look, I'll take my time. Man, it was wild, man. 50 kilos in the trunk of a Honda. Let me see if I can pull this video up. Let me slide on over here to Facebook. See if I can pull this video up, man. 50 kilos, though, man. That wasn't this year, man. But this is a story that was done by the Police Plug. Shout out to the Police Plug. It's a channel on YouTube I'm subscribed to. If you like the content, go over there and check out the content. If you like it, subscribe to the channel. Let me see if I can pull up this video. We can talk about it. All right. Okay. All right. You know what? I gotta get a video. I gotta do a drop of that particular video. All right. Anything you want. Yeah. All right, fair use, fair use. Let's check this video out.
Louisiana State Troopers stopped an 18-wheeler for a routine traffic stop in St. Tammany Parish. During the traffic stop, troopers questioned the drivers
Louisiana, shout out to Lil Boosie
about their routes and cargo, but the answers they gave made troopers suspicious. The duo were later identified as Melvin Contreras and Pedro Sarante.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, my name is Trooper Regiment Stickler. She's done nothing wrong. Okay, simple DOT inspection. You have a driver's license with you? Yes. Awesome. You have what's a good phone number for you, sir? You owner operator, or you work for somebody? Okay, what's the first name of that person? First name of that person. Holy shit! Say it again.
Pedro Sarante.
I don't need the last name, just the first name. That's all. Are you currently loaded?
No, I'm
okay,
not.
empty. Where you running from?
I'm running from Texas.
What part?
That Orange, Texas.
Orange?
Yeah.
Where you headed to next?
New York.
Back to New York.
Yeah.
What part of New York? New York, or York?
Shout out to the New York plug. Y'all know what time it is. Yeah. Oh, let's continue.
Bronx?
Yeah.
It's a long way empty, huh?
Not good load.
No good loads?
No, but I'm probably gonna stop like probably Tennessee, probably if I
See
get
if you can
something.
get in a load there?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. All right. You have your registration for the truck, cab card, or anything? Be careful.
It should be around here.
Okay. When's the last time you got it inspected, sir?
It's been a long time.
Been a little bit? Okay. Well, that's good. 2005 Peterbilt?
Yes.
Okay. And the trailer, is that yours, or you rent it, or you just pick it up and drop it as you go?
No, that's the company. That's also the company.
Okay. All right. Is the registration for the trailer, is it in here? Is it?
Yeah, it should be here.
Should be here? Okay. I noticed you got tin on your windows. Have you ever been stopped and talked about that before?
I never been.
Okay.
Well, I didn't put it there, so
Okay. All right, I don't see anything here.
let me see. So there, it should be.
That's a Peterbilt.
There's nothing on the back.
It might be in the bubble on the trailer. I might have to go look for it. Don't worry, that's your insurance, and this is something else. That's all the paperwork you got. Temporary credential. IFTA, that's IFTA. This is the company you're working for, right?
Yeah.
PLK?
Yeah.
And that's your title. IRP. That's it. All right, it's not a problem. I can get off the chair. Not a problem. All right, you running ELD? I mean, it's up to you. I'm going to hold on to your registration. I'll bring it back to you when I'm done.
No, I did the paper log.
Okay.
Due to the fact they stole my tablet.
They stole your tablet? How'd they get it?
Look.
They broke this?
Yeah, they broke it.
Why the hell would they steal the tablet?
I don't know. I think
Of all the things to
to
steal?
something like that. I don't know.
Of all the things they would steal.
It's crazy. Like.
So when...
Hey, this trooper's so full of shit. Hey, this motherfucker's so full of shit. He knows what's up. He that police intuition is letting him know, hey, there's something up with this dude. There's more than meets the eye. Shout out to the Louisiana State Trooper. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
When did that happen?
That happened. It happened like about New Jersey, something like that.
Okay. You got the police report with you?
No.
Okay, how come you didn't fill out your date for the day? Date. Date.
Oh, I forgot to put it on.
Yeah. You were off yesterday, I got that. But you still got to put your date in here.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Since I'm not used to doing the logbook like that. So.
It's not a problem, okay? Look, relax on that, okay? Look,
I never been pulled over. That's the thing.
Never ever. Never been roadside inspected, nothing.
No.
How long you been trucking?
I've been like for about 5 years.
That's pretty good.
I've been stopped like around, how you call it, weigh station?
Yeah. Scale house, they look for your weight and stuff.
Scale house, like before I used to do dump truck.
Okay,
So,
local get stopped all the
yeah,
time.
yeah,
I got that. All right, over the road's a little bit different. Obviously, you can see that. You've been doing this for 5 years and you haven't gotten roadside inspection. Okay?
No.
All right, hey, we're going to stop right here. We're going to move the video forward a little bit. I want to get to the search part where they start searching the truck. Let's see what we got here.
I'm doing okay. Listen, come have a seat over here so we can talk. All right. Who is this you got driving for you? What is his name?
Melvin.
Melvin? How long you been knowing him?
So this has got to be the other passenger, and this is probably actually the real. It seems to be that this might be the actual truck owner. He's got the little flipper on his right hand side, so you know it's. I don't think it would necessarily stop him completely from driving, but you know, it could definitely kind of restrict how effectively he can handle a vehicle. That being said, that's what this video is not about. It's about them pulling that load. Pause. Let's continue. Let's continue. Fair use. Fair use.
About 2 years, okay. What did y'all haul from New York down to Orange, Texas?
Because I gotta check sorry, my English a little bit.
It's okay. You're good. You're good. Bueno.
Okay, so they are currently in Louisiana, but this is a load coming from New York to Texas. I'm a bit confused because I thought the load was going northeast from Texas. I don't know. Let's listen to a little more of the conversation. Fair use, fair use. Let's continue.
Yeah, I'm serious. What did you bring from Bronx, from New York, to Orange, Texas?
Oh, the Orange, Texas. He said I gotta check the load. You know what I mean? The broker says, oh, I must check the load. Because
Well, no. From Bronx, did you bring a load to Orange, Texas?
Orange, Texas.
Did you bring one?
Orange, Texas.
Did you drop one off?
I'm sorry, I don't understand either.
Okay, you understand me pretty good. From New York,
New York, yeah.
New Jersey, New York, wherever.
Yes.
Did you bring a load, cargo, to Orange, Texas?
Oh, the load.
Load to Orange, Texas.
Oh, listen, every week you gotta check the load.
So you didn't bring a load to Orange, Texas?
Yeah, because the pay on New Jersey is cheapy.
Okay.
2,500, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
So
cheap.
did you bring a load to Texas?
Yes. And Texas, all the...
Do you have a bill? Do you have a shipping paper when you brought it down?
Go to the truck stop for the... What you say? For the paper, I'm going to drop it off the paper on the store. You know what I mean? I'm going to come.
Okay. You're missing what I'm saying.
All right, let's move it forward a little more. I want to see the inspection.
Pedro? Yeah. Pedro, right? Pedro?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're Mr. Melvin, right?
Yes.
Okay, you understand Spanish? You understand English pretty good? Just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Did I understand correctly? The ELD, logbook, ELD, right?
Yeah.
He says it was stolen. You're saying it was stolen. Stolen on Saturday?
Yeah, maybe this
About Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Am I understanding that correctly? This past Saturday?
Yeah, he said Saturday.
Okay. All right. I want you to stand right here.
Yeah.
You come with me. Stay right there. All right. So I've already got them on the ELD. They're out of service. They're going to be out of service. He's not giving me much more information. He says the bill laden that he had.
All right, hey, listen, even if the police officers even if the troopers didn't find any drugs in this vehicle, for what they stopped these guys for, that's like in some places that's like a $2,500 fine just for not having the ELD, or you know, uh, not not having your logbook filled out properly and stuff. In some places, them fines are huge. Yeah, they don't mess around with these truckers, man. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Whatever they brought down, they've already sent it to the shipper or whoever, so he ain't got nothing on board to show me what they brought all the way to Orange, Texas. And they stayed for a day and a half in Orange, Texas, doing Lord knows what. Okay, they're on paper log, and like I said, as far as on that side of the series, they've got no criminal history. Y'all want to go any further? I'd like to.
Let's go.
All right, let me get my shit.
Basically, they can't tell you what they brought down there, what they were doing down there.
And then they're deadheading supposedly home. Supposedly. Now, his license obviously is jacked up. This is the owner. The driver's only been with him for a month. He's very limited on what he knows, supposedly.
Is that a reefer?
Yeah, it is a reefer, yeah. Obviously, it's not being used right now.
No, but he told me, so I think we brought meat back, or down to Orange. That's what the driver told me. So
Okay, that's more than I got out of it.
yeah, but I didn't know if that was a reefer or not. So,
I mean, it's not on.
well, it wouldn't be on now.
You would think. Anyway, let me get this filled out, and we'll go from there. I just want you to hear this, okay? All right. This is a consent to search form. I'm talking to him because he's the owner of the truck. If you were by yourself, I'll be talking to you, okay? This is consent to search. Do you have any drugs in the truck? Like contraband drugs? Explain that to him.
Trae un contrabando o algo en el camión.
No, nothing like that.
Una orden para revisar.
Just your pills that are for you, right?
Yeah, it's the pill.
Just his pills, right?
Medicine?
Medicine for you, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Correct?
Que si es tu medicina solo.
Yes,
que está
sí,
ahí.
my medicine.
All right. Do you have anything in there? No contraband? Nothing like that. You're good. You're good. Okay. We're doing this because of the inconsistencies. Came all the way from New York down to Texas, right? He can't tell me what the load is. You told the other guys possibly meat? Possibly?
Yeah.
I mean,
Que es lo que va a revisar porque no hay consistencia. Entonces, él no, o sea, la carga, tú no sabes lo que era y eso y esto y lo otro, entonces él va a revisar.
okay.
He says, okay.
He says, okay, what? What did you ask him?
I told him that you're gonna, there's a search warrant.
Yeah, but I asked you to ask him, what did y'all bring down there?
¿Qué fue lo que traímos de allá para acá?
Fue, ¿cómo se llama esto? Cosa para baño.
¿Qué?
Cosa para baño. The bathroom.
He said, things for bathroom. I don't know.
Things for bathroom?
That's what he said.
So you thought it was meat, but it was actually some sort of products for bathrooms, like toilet paper or...
Yo le dije a él que yo creía que era carne o lo que sea. Entonces, él me está preguntando que te diga a ti que qué es lo que trae el camión.
Was it refrigerated?
Que si fue refrigerado.
La cosa del camión?
Sí.
Sí.
Yeah.
It was refrigerated on the way down.
Yeah.
So what would be refrigerated from bathrooms?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe he's misunderstanding. Anyway, ask him to read this in Spanish.
Que lea eso en español.
Read this. If he agrees, sign.
Okay. Que si tú estás de acuerdo.
Let's stop right here for a second. Good morning, Extended Clips. How you doing there, bro? Good morning. Glad to have you here. We're looking at this video of this drug seizure of how much? Of $5.5 million. We're checking this out. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Lo prefiero.
Agree? What bags in there are yours?
I have a Nike bag.
You have a what?
A Nike bag.
Nike bag.
Yeah.
What color?
Black.
Black. Okay. Is there anything inside it? Okay. Okay. Nike.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Okay, so
Hold on. Let me do this real quick. All right, let's get back to it. Fair use, fair use.
Brandon.
FG.
This is deep reefer truck. Okay, what happened to all of the? Okay, no audio. Okay. All right. They probably had to remove the audio cord reasons. Who knows?
Reggio. Yeah. 15. Put your hands behind your back, my man.
What are we going to do with it?
Do it to his belt loop or something. Duffel bags. Duffel bags of kilos.
You're lying.
Come on.
And there it is. Duffel bags and kilos. Yeah, there was a parts of the video where the audio was taken out, so that's why we didn't hear anything.
Dude. Bricks. Bricks.
Hold on.
Let me go get the other bag.
Dude say bricks. Yeah.
What's going on, Pat?
Extended clip says more bricks than Bob the Builder. Right.
Let me verify these are kilos, baby. Pretty. We got diesel.
Yeah.
I smelled it as soon as I went in the truck. I said, there's diesel in here. Hey, you want to run Rex?
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, you know you got some high grade coke in kilos when you go into an area, right when you get close to find it, and you start smelling either gasoline or road spray. It's like, yeah, we got some high grade stuff in this area. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Oh, these are stamped. These are pretty. Look at them. They got stamped on it. Dude, I got in the truck. I smell diesel.
All right. What he's talking about with the stamp is okay, what he's talking about with the stamp is that every cartel has their own particular stamp marking that they put on their work. So uh you know who it comes from. I don't know why they do that, but that's what they do, man. It's the same thing with like ecstasy pills and things like that. The different people that manufacture them, they have their own stamps that they put on their stuff to let people know this is from such and such. You know, it could be anything from like a Mercedes Benz emblem, a bumblebee. I've seen all kinds of stuff like that. So you know, but yeah, man, yeah. Extended Clips Cartel, exactly. Yeah, man. But yeah, so that was interesting, man. So that was definitely some interesting news. Let's see what else we could find talk about. When was this? We talked about that cop yesterday that got caught. She got caught shoplifting shoes in uniform. How stupid can you be? This I don't know if it's something in the water, if it's something in the hair weaves or something in the tampons. These city girls are losing their minds. It's like they're going public with the nonsense, but it's good it's all being recorded. You know, it's good it's all being recorded and documented because it needs to be shown. And you always have the underdogs and the supermen jumping out the window. What are you just talking about? This? No, you know what? They're people, and they have no problem holding other people accountable when they feel like people have done something wrong or did them wrong or whatever. They got to be subject to that same scrutiny. You know, everybody, even me. You know, everybody. Nobody is above that scrutiny. So we talked about that. Let's look at this situation where I don't want to talk about that Tiffany Red stuff today. Let's let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got in the news. So, oh, okay, all right, we got some more news. So, I guess in South Carolina they had their presidential primary, and you know Nikki Haley was on the ticket, and she was running against Donald Trump, and she got more or less obliterated. In that, you know, I think what Nikki Haley is trying to do, I think it's a cash grab. Honestly, I think what Nikki Haley is doing is primarily a cash grab. She's trying to get as much money as she can in campaign contributions. She knows that it is hopeless for her to become president of the United States. You know what? She has been said to be unlikable. Uh, I tend to agree she's not a very likable person as a candidate, you know. And I mean, to be fair, you know, a lot of people don't like Trump, but a lot of people do like Trump. I don't think Nikki Haley has enough people that like her more than Trump. Let's go.
Governor, welcome back. We had Ambassador and Governor Haley on this program last week. She was sharp. She was engaged. She was definitely aggressive. Does she, though, have a path forward here?
Oh, well, absolutely. Look, Nikki's end game is obviously to get.
Hold on a second. Hey, the Koch network. Y'all remember the Koch brothers back from the George Bush days? Remember how they were funding a lot of the candidates from the GOP and on the on the Republican side? Y'all remember the Koch brothers? That, I guess this is pretty much their network. They kind of fell out of public view for a long time. And I guess they had been behind the scenes, you know, funding different candidates and stuff. And, you know, now the name pops up. So I hadn't seen this in a while. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
The nomination to remind folks that with her at the top of the ticket, Republicans win up and down the ballot. With Trump at the top of the ticket, as was happened in 22 and 20, we lose seats. So it's really a message of we're tired of losing, we're tired of losers, we want winners and we want winning. And that's why the money continues to pour in. Trump raises money for his legal costs. Nikki's raising money to run for president. Trump is trying to save himself. Nikki's trying to save this party and move this country forward. So it's two, I think, very distinct and clear messages. All the data shows that that's exactly what the following two strategies are. Trump knows how to use the earned media. There's no question about it. He's the incumbent president. He's been the standard bearer of our party for some time. So that's never an easy mountain to climb. But the fact is, Nikki got 45%, 40%. He's not winning with mandates here. He's not. For a guy who is really the standard bearer of the party and the former president, to have 45% of folks come out and say, we need somebody else. We need a generational change in just the first few states. That opens a lot of opportunity for anybody with resources like Nikki Haley, who's smart, who's charismatic, who's likable, who has all the experience in the world, who's tough internationally. Trump is falling all over himself internationally right now, showing a lot of weakness. Republicans are not caring for that one bit. So there's still a lot of opportunity here with Super Tuesday coming up, especially in Michigan and some of these Midwestern states that frankly should have more Republicans in the House and more Republicans as governor. But with Trump at the top, it's just not going to get done.
I don't place a whole lot of faith in polls. We've seen them be very wrong in 16, very wrong in 2020. We don't know always their methodology. It's a small number of people reached. That said, it's all we have, Governor. And at least what Quinnipiac shows, they had a poll which was Haley versus Biden. And Haley, I think, was up by 15 or 16.
Listen, right now, I could run for president and probably beat Biden. Biden is terrible. He's terrible. He's a lost cause. He's an embarrassment to his party and anybody that have halfway done anything and that's breathing can beat this guy at this point. You know, but I know I know the Wakandans are still going to vote for him. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
% over President Biden, where basically Trump and Biden were tied given the margin of error in the poll. So if that's just one poll, but again, given what we see on the other side and given what we see with all the drama and chaos around the former president, is this really the matchup that we are going to have, which is President Biden versus President Trump again? How is this possible?
Yeah, I know. Look, so you've said it very well.
But they act like that wasn't the most likely scenario. See, this is that nonsense by CNBC and to a lesser extent CNN. It's already obvious what's going to happen, Don't try to treat us like our eyes are lying to us. We already know what the most probable situation is. The wild card would be them either bringing in, swapping out Biden with somebody else like a Michelle Obama or Newsom. But I mean, this guy, CNBC, it's like they insist on treating people like morons. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Well, 75% of America is praying that that is not the matchup. And again, that's why Nikki's staying in. That's why she's giving America and most importantly, Republicans a choice. You know, there's very little campaigning done so far in a lot of those Super Tuesday states. Most of the campaigning's all in the first early 3 or 4 states so far. So the messaging right now for a lot of those voters in those Super Tuesday states up until now is just what they hear in national media. And Trump gets all the headlines and all.
Nikki Haley is the bizarro world Kamala Harris.
That sort of thing. He plays the victim all of a sudden. The tough guy is now playing the victim in court, and he knows how to play that up. He knows how to get that earned media, and so that's why his numbers tend to be higher. But as the argument is made, as Nikki goes to these states, as she's engaging with these voters, doing retail politics, which Trump is not doing, that's why she goes sometimes from 5 to 40%, from 2 to 45%. I mean, she surges the more time she has on the ground with folks. So that's really what it's about, having the resources, having the time, spending it in these battleground states, the 20 or so Super Tuesday states, making the argument, because when she does, all the numbers start skyrocketing in her favor.
Yeah, and that poll that I gave, by the way, is just in a two-person race, Haley versus Biden. If you add Robert F. Kennedy, Cornel West, and others into that, it actually shows Biden slightly ahead, because Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who, by the way, will be our guest again on this program on Thursday, do you think that Kennedy hurts Republicans, or
Kennedy is ultimately going to be a non-factor because the Democrats are going to make sure that happens. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Democrats more, Governor?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think anybody knows right now. You know, he's a big anti-vaxxer, so that would draw a lot off of the Republican side of things. He used to be a Democrat. You know, the Kennedy name is typically associated with Democrats, so he might pull a few there. Either way, it's not going to be substantial enough to win. He's just going to be a spoiler for somebody, right? I mean, as much as folks want to talk about a third party, there's no real viable way. People, unfortunately, right now are voting more out of fear than opportunity. They more say, well, I don't really like if Trump were the nominee, I wouldn't like Trump as the nominee, but I'm afraid if I don't do it, then Biden will win. And the Democrats would do the same thing. So that's an unfortunate position, but
that's where we are in America.
All right. So what do y'all think? I think Nikki Haley is basically, I think she's paid opposition, quite frankly. I think she's just for sale, and she's just trying to get a bag. I think that's all it is that she's doing. You know, I don't take her candidacy serious. I don't think she takes it serious. I think she's just out there trolling and trying to collect cash. You know, it is what it is. Extended clip says, you see the Aaron Bushnell situation? You know what? I want to take a look at that right now. Let me load this video. We can take a look at it and we'll talk about it. And we'll go from there. Let's see. Give me a minute or two to. All right, what do we got going on? Go back to. All right, let's open this up.
Right now, these are some live pictures of a vigil underway outside the Israeli embassy in Northwest D.C. People there are gathering to remember 25-year-old Aaron Bushnell.
Yeah, so Bushnell died after setting himself on fire outside of that embassy yesterday. He made it clear in a disturbing video that he was protesting Israel's military action in Gaza. He shouted "Free Palestine" as he set himself on fire. Bushnell was an active duty member of the U.S. Air Force and was from San Antonio, Texas.
Okay. That's crazy. That is crazy. I get standing on your beliefs. I do. Believe me, I do. I get it. I get protesting and wanting to make a change. I understand all of that. But to do something to yourself like that, there's something else going on that's not right in your mind. And now, me being a 20-year Army veteran, I understand PTSD. I understand some of the struggles that veterans go through, especially if they're combat vets. I get it. I understand all of that. But there's some other stuff that goes on to make a person delete themselves in that manner, because setting yourself on fire that's not like other stuff you can do. That's painful. Oh, you know, man, yeah. Rest in peace, Airman Bushnell. Uh, you know, I feel sorry for your family and stuff. Um, yeah, everybody has their beliefs that they want to stand on. I personally wouldn't go that far. Man, yeah, I would kind of like to know what else was going on in his head that made him come to that conclusion that I am going to set myself on fire. Extended clip says, nothing is worth suicide. You got that right, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Woo. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you got that going. Man, I really don't understand that one. You know, every so often you get somebody to jump out there and does something absolutely out of the ordinary. Um, you know, and uh I don't want to disparage the young man, but he definitely was a he definitely had some stuff going on that was far more that was way beyond just a lot of your usual um, problems common to people in the military. Hey, let's talk about this story with Nature Boy. Hey, y'all know who Nature Boy is? Um, y'all know who Nature Boy is? Let me bring up this story. Eligio Bishop, who is of Honduran descent, such as myself. Uh, he, this dude, he was running sex crime code. Hey, let's take a look at this story, man. Hey, this is a wild boy. Hey, he going to jail for a long time. He going to jail. He going to jail. Yeah, yeah. He was. He's definitely a deviant. You know. Let's get the video set up so we can take a look at this. All right, what do we got going on here? All right. Yeah, I guess now finally that I'm able to multi-stream on all three platforms. I think it's taxing my my computer memory and processing stuff. I'll probably be needing to get a new one soon anyway. So, but we shall proceed till I can do better. Let's go.
Opening statements begin today in the trial of an accused cult leader in DeKalb County. Prosecutors say Eligio Bishop raped one of his followers, then posted explicit videos of the woman online.
Fox 5's Tyler Fingert has been in the courtroom all day today. He's live at the DeKalb County Courthouse with the night's new information. Tyler?
Yeah, Tom, good evening to you. It's been nearly 2 years since the victim...
Eligio Bishop is Nature Boy, for those of you all who don't know. And he is like one of these woke, conscious, you know, whatever they're calling it these days. It's they got all kinds of new terms for this stuff. But he was one of the leaders with that, with the, you know, um, just that weirdness. But anyway, he was making videos. I believe he was out either on the mainland in Honduras, um, like by La Ceiba, or he was probably out in Roatan, um, you know, making these videos that he was making. But it was like some real creepy type stuff. And y'all got to remember, he's on trial, but there were women involved, and they were voluntarily involved. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Says she was raped by an alleged cult leader. Today, she faced him in court as the first witness in his rape trial.
When I was there, I was definitely, I would say, brainwashed.
The woman who claims she was raped by Eligio Bishop detailed in court for the first time what she says it was like to be a member of his alleged cult, Carbon Nation. She says she was with his group for 3 stints and says things started off fine, but eventually she noticed violent outbursts. When she tried to leave the group for the final time, she says Bishop asked to sleep with her one more time.
He basically was trying to convince me to sleep with him.
And how did you respond to that?
I said no.
She says she told him no repeatedly before finally relenting and saying okay.
I felt like I couldn't leave in that moment because I felt restricted.
During opening statements, prosecutors painted Bishop as a man who held all the power in the group, and he posted sexually explicit videos of her as an act of revenge for leaving. The defense denies the allegations and says everything was consensual and that this is a he said, she said situation.
You'll hear, again, from the former members, that this defendant had his choice of the women in the group. It was understood. Nobody said no to the king. To God.
She's described making love. And we're all 14 of you guys are adults. You know there's a wide discrepancy from someone making love versus someone being raped.
The victim says...
Wow. It's interesting to see how this is why I say always be careful what you say, you know, especially when you are talking to, you know, when you are in any situation dealing with the law and policy and legalities. Be careful of how you use words. And always, you know, people always go by what the sender meant, and they assume that that meaning is correct, but they pay less attention to what was actually said. And that's why I always tell, like, my family, be careful of the words you use and do not use replacement words, because people like me understand that there are games that are played to manipulate um, how people think by simply replacing one or two words. Um, and, you know, just like you can manipulate people in that way, the things you say can be manipulated against you. So you have to be very careful and intentional in how and what you say and how you say it. See how, you know, I don't know the particulars of this case, but I see what this attorney did. I've seen attorneys do this before, and like I told you all, I probably been in courtrooms 1,000 times and have had to testify um, in court 1,000 times, and I I am not an attorney, but I well know how to talk to attorneys. I know how to set counter traps for attorneys and stuff like that. You learn it's stuff you learn as you go, and especially you if you're taught effectively in being an investigator, you learn all of that stuff. Courtroom testimony is a specialty in itself, and you know we see from this video clip, we see why. Let's continue. Let's continue. Fair use.
During the alleged assault, she felt powerless and had no choice.
And said, "Shut up. You're my property. You're not going anywhere."
And the prosecution has started introducing sexually explicit video that they say were posted without her consent. The victim calls them humiliating. If convicted, Bishop faces up to life in prison without the possibility of parole. We're live in DeKalb County tonight. Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
Some disturbing testimony there in the court.
Hey, these dudes, hey, these people ain't playing with them, man. They want to run around here and everybody want to, these guys want to be, super freak, and they want to live out their fantasies with women like that, man. These people ain't playing with. Hey, your fantasies will wind up being your nightmares and stuff. Listen, the simple accusation can ruin your life. You're going out there actually doing stuff that you know the minute a woman says, "I didn't want him to do that," you know, your life is going to jail. At minimum, your reputation is ruined forever. So it's like, man, these guys be having these fantasies of having a lot of women. Hey, let that shit go. Let it go, because it ain't nothing but problems. I mean, this Western society, particularly in the U.S. and in the anything that's a former remnant of the British Empire, it is highly focused on the female and the man woman. And anything that pisses off uh women, anything that makes women and feminine men mad, is you are going to receive a heavy penalty for it. The God of this nation is a woman with a torch for a reason, because she'll burn all this shit down if she get mad. Hey, don't let me get into the Statue of Liberty and what it really means, because it don't mean what a lot of people think it means. So, hey, she'll get mad and burn it all down, set it all on fire. Burn it bed. Yeah. Yeah, date your boy though. Hey, listen. Hey, they're gonna convict him of something. They're gonna send that dude to the clink. They're gonna give him some Buck Rogers time. You know. They already said life in prison. Life and like most time, life in prison ain't nothing but 25 years. They are going to go above and beyond that. I am willing to bet that they are going to try to give him some Buck Rogers time. That's what they do. That's what they do. Hey, listen. Better him than me. I don't want to be in that situation. Not at all. You know. So yeah, yeah. I seen some videos of Nature Boy talking about how he would have sex with his girl in front of his toddler, and you know he would. It was terrible, and I was like, this dude is a weirdo, and he's yeah, he's a freak, you know. I yeah, I don't. You know, I mean, there's some people. I'm not mad that they are trying to send him to the joint. Some people don't deserve to be free, and you know, when you start, it's one thing when you are doing stuff with adults. But when you get kids involved, nah, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Mm, You gotta go. Ain't no playing games with you. Ain't no ain't no trying to rehabilitate you. No, you're going to jail. You're going to prison, and whatever happens to you in there happens to you. I don't feel sorry. I'm gonna try to save you and try to change you. I'm gonna let them boys in the clink deal with you. All right, so let's get into the main topic. The main topic was Marilyn Mosby. Do you all remember who Marilyn Mosby is? Do you all remember who Marilyn Mosby is? I remember who Marilyn Mosby is. Some of you all may not remember who Marilyn Mosby is, but you remember who Freddie Gray was. Freddie Gray was pre-George Floyd. He was more or less the face of BLM before George Floyd, and he was a Baltimore City uh, hooligan who got picked up, I guess, for allegedly um, making drug transactions, and was put in the back of a police transport vehicle, um, but like a paddy wagon, more or less, you know. And in the course of him being picked up and being transported to the police district office, he wound up expiring. Um, Allegedly, he expired from a severed spine or something like that. And so um, it was investigated and charges were brought against the officers that were involved in that situation that led to the death of Freddie Gray. And the prosecutor at that time was Marilyn Mosby, who is on the screen right here. You know, shout out to Marilyn right here. You know, I think I'm pointing in the wrong direction. But shout out to Marilyn. You know, this is Marilyn Mosby right here. She was pre Fannie Willis, and so she brought forth charges. The case fell apart because there was a witness that was in the wagon that said nobody did anything to Freddie Gray, stuff like that. So you know, she tried to charge the officers with homicide, stuff like that, and basically the case fell apart. But she was a part of all of these BLM prosecutors around country that I guess was going to change the system and stuff. Her, Kim Fox, others that, they had a different approach to dealing with crime. And, you know, they had some, they had some things in common. They were all woke. They were all black female, educated black female professionals working in the legal industry as prosecutors, and they made it a point to go after law enforcement and stuff. This was all a part of that, defund the police, and we're gonna hold them accountable and stuff, and we see how things went back during that time, and it was all really an effort to get Joe Biden elected. That's really what it was. So funny thing is now, and I mentioned accountability. The funny thing is now, accountability is a two-way street. And accountability is generous. Everybody gets some at some point. Nobody gets away scot-free all the time. And right now, it is Marilyn Mosby's time to be held accountable for what she is alleged to have been alleged to have done. We're going to take a look at this story, and I'll give my commentary about it. And I mean, it's another one of those rise and fall stories, which I think we're going to eventually see something like that with Tiffany Henyard. I think that's going to be inevitable. And Fannie Willis, with that Judge Knight, the one that shot her boyfriend. We covered that story yesterday. So let's take a look at this video about Marilyn Mosby, and I'll give my commentary. Fair use, fair use.
Another breaking update we first brought to you on WJZ News at noon. A judge upheld Marilyn Mosby's mortgage fraud conviction today, rejecting a defense motion to acquit the former Baltimore City State's attorney.
Mosby also must surrender her passport ahead of sentencing.
WJZ investigator Mike Helgren has covered every single development in this case. He joined us live from U.S. District Court in Greenbelt.
And Mike, we understand Mosby had a lot of supporters there today.
She did, Vic and Denise. They arrived in a large bus and they packed the courtroom. In the end, the judge here did not buy the defense argument that the crimes happened outside of Maryland and should not have been tried here. Marilyn Mosby headed into court surrounded by supporters.
We recognize you smiling down on us right now. That every judge, every state's attorney, every jury know that you are in charge.
They prayed outside the federal courthouse, but those prayers...
Hey, they love bringing out these old civil rights, Martin Luther King marching, chicken and biscuit figures to do this stuff, to come out and do photo and video ops. It's just, it's getting old. It's the Jesse Jackson types, it's no more. We're tired of it. The Southern Baptist Church praying, no. It's time that people move different. I talk about the Republicans and the black people and the Republicans in general, the people that they like to put out there as this is us. These are real Americans. Nobody's doing that junk no more. Nobody's doing that. And for Black Americans, nobody's doing Sassy Keisha no more. Nobody's doing these Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson pork chop types. That the days of that bullshit is over. Nobody wants to see it no more. It's corny. It's corny. Stuff is changing. The extended clip says they want that spiritual sympathy. Yeah. That, that you know, that cotton picker vibe. Oh Lord, oh no. Yeah. See, that's the shit racist white liberals love those kind of black people. Oh yes, sir, master, you so good to us. That's who white liberals love those type of black people. White liberals, I think there is a class, and I mean, there's some decent white Democrats that I know. They're good people. But I know a lot of racist ones. And believe me, I'm from Chicago and I've had to work with them. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of white racist Democrats. A lot. And in Wisconsin too. I know. And they like them slavery movies, Gone with the Wind, Mammy, Chicken George type Black Americans. They like that. They are comfortable with that because they feel that they are better than those. They feel like they're better than those type of people. They like them Chicken George ass Negroes. They like them mammy ass this gospel song singing. They like that shit. They love it. They love it. And white Republicans like Urkel. They like that, that bullshit that Tim Scott did. They like that shit. They like them Ben Carsons. They like the Michael Steeles. Some Negro walking around with a quarter up his ass. Yeah. Guess what? We ain't doing that shit no more. You're going to deal with gangsters with right-wing values, bitch. You're going to deal with soldiers and sailors and Marines who will whoop your ass, drink a beer, and go to church on Sunday. Yeah. That's what you got to deal with now, Republicans. Everybody ain't Pat Robinson. Most people ain't Pat Robinson. Most people ain't Ben Carson. You're going to meet people where they at. And guess what? You got conservative Muslims. You need to look at what they're doing and seeing how they're taking control of their schools. Because right now, Billy, the kid groomer, is taking over yours. The Muslims are running them up out of them schools. You need to take note. The Muslims are not your enemies. That child groomer, that 6'5" child groomer who wants to twerk with his nuts hanging out his underwear in front of your kids, that's your enemy, Republicans. You all let him infiltrate the Boy Scouts of America. You let him in your churches. You let him in your pews. You let him in your schools. And now they're trying to groom your kids to be same-sexuals. Muslims are showing you the way. And I'm not a Muslim. But they're doing a better job at you controlling what they got to control. for the sake of their children, you need to take notes. That bullshit y'all been doing is not working. These people that you keep putting up to try to be the face of the Republican Party are fake. Don't be like the Democrats. Trump showed you the way. You don't like him because he's not Newt Gingrich? Oh, well. Guess what? It's a new day and age. And as for you Dixiecrats, them Negroes that you like, that you can tell you ain't, if you don't know whether to vote for me or Trump, then you ain't black. The Negroes that'll take that shit, they're fading into the past. Say something like that. Say something like that around me. You're gonna get checked. You might get it might get physical. But you can say stuff like that around Charlemagne, because Charlemagne is for sale. You can't say that around everybody. The day of the chicken and biscuit black people that you like, them days are coming to an end. Especially with you all bringing in these migrants, yeah, them days are coming to an end. Now, I'm pretty sure you're counting on it, and you've made your calculations on what you're going to do about it. But no plan is perfect. We'll see. Anyway, let's get back to Marilyn Mosby. Marilyn Mosby going to jail. All right, let's continue.
Were not answered with an acquittal of the former top Baltimore City prosecutor. Mosby's public defenders argued her conviction for mortgage fraud involving this condo on Florida's Gulf Coast should be overturned, that prosecutors could not prove lies involving a $5,000 gift that her then husband, City Council President Nick Mosby, gave her to close on the property were made in Maryland. Defense attorney Maggie Grace told the judge Mosby could have signed the gift letter in Delaware, Virginia, Pennsylvania, or Washington, D.C., while federal prosecutors pointed to Mosby's Bank of America transactions, including this Cockeysville Five Guys purchase made just days before the gift. We literally don't see any movement outside Maryland at all, prosecutor Aaron Zielinski told the judge. We don't believe we need an expert about a Five Guys in Cockeysville.
Trial judges are extremely reluctant to overturn the verdict of a trial jury. And so this particular issue will be given full consideration by the appeals court.
You think she's going to appeal all this?
Absolutely, she'll appeal.
Ms. Mosby, do you plan to appeal? Is this a miscarriage of justice?
Mosby did not answer questions.
Hey, that ain't no miscarriage of justice. She going to prison. She going to prison. Hey, you know, all you had to do was be quiet, find yourself a position where you could sit back, collect a check, and not get in trouble, not overreach yourself. And that's what she did. And that's what we see, that this is a common problem with, among these city girl politicians and political figures. They overreach. They do too much. They get intoxicated with power, and they start doing stuff that they don't have to do. The funny thing is at the time she bought those properties, she could have got them in other ways that were perfectly legal, and that wouldn't have caused her that wouldn't have caused any negative attention. She went from being a prosecutor to being prosecuted. And she's not going to be the only one. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Leaving court after losing her argument, surrounded by supporters.
It's about righteousness!
She thanked them, and they continued defending her.
But you gonna come at this one black woman?
There they go. There they go gaslighting. It's a black woman. It's a black woman. Look, don't nobody care about that shit. A criminal is a criminal. She committed a crime. Now she's got to be held accountable. Ain't no exceptions because she's a black woman. Nobody want to hear that shit no more. It is what it is. Do the crime, do the time. If you can prove that what she did was legal or that they unjustly charged her, then we'll talk about that. Her race is inconsequential as far as the crime that was committed. That being said, she's a black woman that committed a crime. Hey, lady, you ain't special. Let's continue.
A gift letter? Come on now. That is ridiculous.
The judge also ordered Mosby to surrender her passport by next week. Her lawyers fought that, saying she had a travel business and may need to get away from the media after the stress of the trial. It's unnecessary to restrict her.
She had a travel business with no customers, no clients. Come on. Hey, that's like that's worse than all of these dollar stores, these Dollar Generals and stuff. Those stores are basically that's the laundry cartel money. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what those are for. A lot of those mall kiosk stores and stuff is just to watch cartel money. A lot of those, a lot of the botanicas, it's to clean cartel money. Let's continue.
Freedom, Public Defender James White has said it's unfathomable she would leave her two daughters, the most important people in her life.
Why are they taking it now? You know why?
Hey guys, when they send you, they don't talk about that. They don't talk about. They don't be mentioning, oh well, it's gonna leave two kids. They don't give a shit. Hey, it's off the jail you go. Hey, like I always say, they're forever trying to create that social parachute for women. No, they want to be equal. Guess what? Equal praise, equal consequences. Good or bad. You wanted that equality, you're going to get it. Even when it's uncomfortable and inconvenient. Let's continue.
Taking it now, they're taking it now to further rub dirt in her eye.
Now, Mosby is scheduled to be sentenced on May 23rd for both perjury and mortgage fraud cases. She faces a maximum of 40 years behind bars, but it is highly unlikely she will get anywhere near that sentence. She also faces a forfeiture hearing where she could have to give up money and property. Live in Greenbelt, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Mike, thank you.
She's not going to do 40 years. She ain't nowhere in the world they're going to give her 40 years. Nobody died. Nobody died, so they're not going to give her 40 years. I mean, 40 years is excessive. I mean, speaking of it neutrally, it's excessive. She'll probably wind up with 3 on the short end, 8 on the long end, and she'll be out before you know it. And then she can go really hide and stuff, But yeah, this was the rise and the fall of one of those, black girl magic leaders, and she's not going to be the only one. I can't wait to see. I can't wait for the day they go out to Patrice colors. From BLM. I can't wait till they go after her. But she's protected right now. She's protected for now, and she's smart enough to quietly go hide. She's probably still collecting a fat check, and she's keeping her mouth shut. Tiffany Henyard is a different animal. She is a different animal, you know. Extended clip says, if Muslims vote right, they will lean Republican 100%. Facts. Well, whether you're talking Muslims from from the from the traditional Islamic religion, or you're talking black Muslims who that's more or less their own thing, like the Nation of Islam. Um, they all tend to be very what you would call traditional or conservative, um, and they have a lot of values that go right. And you would think with everything that's going on, Christians would try to get WASP Christians would try to make as many allies as they can for what's coming, because the Chinese don't believe in none of that shit. you know, you got to make allies, and then with the GOP and WASP Republicans, you know, they need to make as many allies as they can, and they need to figure out what works, and Muslims are pretty much showing them what works, but they want to, they still want to have this uh adversarial relationship against Muslims. And it's like, you know, would and it's all done in favor of the new Christianity, which is feminism. Feminism is the new face of white Christianity and LGBTQ, which is the new religion. LGBTQ is a religion. You know, I've been telling y'all this since 2011, 2012 on Facebook. I've been saying it forever. That's the new Christianity, as far as I'm concerned. You might not like it, but that's who has, every day that stuff is growing in crazy influence. And Islam is going to be one of the last places masculine men are able to continue to operate as masculine men. And even now, they got a lot of issues with women in hijabs being whores. Excuse my language. I ain't ever getting monetized. But, it is what it is. Every time you look up, some 304 in the hijab is yapping. I don't know if these are real Muslim women or not, but they got on hijabs and they're talking 304 talk. So that's an issue Muslims are gonna have to deal with. But the last bastion, the last religion that supports masculinity seems to be Islam. So I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Let's see what y'all talking about. See if anybody's saying anything on Facebook. Let's see if anybody's saying anything. Let's see if anybody's saying anything on Rumble. Yeah. Extended clip says, because Joe Blow and his circus are way out in left field with no regard for our country and any values we have upheld. Like even nowadays, the Democrats of today are very different than the Democrats of my father's era. you know, like all of this weird stuff that's going on, man. I don't remember Democrats being that way, back in the 90s. I don't remember them being that way back, in the late 80s when I was early and when I was old enough to really start paying attention to politics and stuff. Um, and you know, it seems like you had different kinds of Democrats. These weirdos now, those were like communists and socialists exclusively. They weren't intertwined with the Democratic Party. Democrats were like church people. They were like basically union people, blue collar people, who they wanted collective bargaining. They wanted you know uh, they wanted inflation control. Republicans and Democrats were aligned on the same things. Now, white Democrats have always been the most racist people um, I've ever encountered. Um, my first uh, law enforcement job, a job related to law enforcement, was actually given to me by a Republican. And his thing was just, hey, show up to work every day, do your job. That's when I was a records clerk. But like it was the white male Democrats who you know they weren't able to get certain certain other jobs, so they all went to work for the sheriff's department, and they brought their own brand of racism with them. You know, which is why I have no problem saying that the most racist white men I've ever encountered have been white male Democrats. You know, and I stand on that. You know, um, that's not to say that there aren't racist Republicans. But I've seen far more white male Dixiecrats than I have racist Republicans. And every racist Republican that pops up around election time running for like governor or something, you better believe he is installed and paid by Democrats to do so. Ask me how I know. But yeah, man. You know, what what's going on now, Republicans got to get there. They got to change some things, and they got to really reevaluate, retool, and really work to reach these current voters and stuff. Um, you know, you need to um, bring more um, libertarians into the fold. They say libertarians are just Republicans that like to smoke weed, which in a lot of cases it's actually true. You got libertarians like me, like socially and legally. I'm a libertarian and I'm a constitutionalist. Look, if it don't align with the Constitution, we're not doing it. Other than that, if it does and it doesn't, it's with consenting adults and stuff. Hey, let them people do it. As long as they don't come over here, don't come over bothering me on my property. You do what you want to do at your own house, with your own body parts, with other grown people. As long as it doesn't break the law and it's with consenting adults, I'm good. I don't care. You know. Um, but yeah, my issue is not really with like fiscal and infrastructure Republicans. I'm cool. I don't. Evangelicals, y'all need to come off that bullshit. I do not trust in evangelicals. I don't trust in evangelicals like I don't trust white male Dixiecrats. I treat them the same. There's always some bullshit around the corner with them. you know. You know, it's always bullshit around the corner. But we're going to get you right. We're going to bring you into the 21st century. You know, y'all going to get on this Trump train. Trump changed the culture, whether y'all realize it or not. He changed the culture for you. The Democrats, we can't worry about them. What we got to do is neutralize as much as we can with them. Anyway, this is more. I'm about to get out of here, man. It's 11:30. I've been on here for a while. I may or may not come back. Y'all know I always say that, but it's usually hit and miss. It depends on what I got to do. I got stuff to do around the house, man. So you know, I got some other stuff I got to work on. Anyway, thank you all for joining me on my platform. And at that, I'm going to end the show. This is Mr. Royce J. Royce Media. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Leave me some comments. If you have show ideas and stuff you want me to do, send me an email, hit me in my inbox and stuff if we're friends on Facebook. I have a Facebook page. It's called Mr. Royce J. So, you know, send me a like or something, send me a request on Facebook. I'll add you, and you know, you can inbox me if you got show ideas, you want to discuss stuff, or even if you want to come on the channel. If you are a content creator or something, you want to come on the channel, because pretty soon I'm going to set up everything where I can do panels. If you want to come on, let me know something so we can hook something up. I got some guests that are going to be coming real soon. These are some people that I find interesting, and we are going to talk. I told y'all I want to be the chocolate Joe Rogan, and we're going to rock out like that. This is Mr. Royce of Royce Media. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm out. Y'all be safe.